Hi guys, welcome to this developer channel. Today we are going to see few of the SQL queries like how to create database, how to create tables, how to create stored procedures, how to use joins. Okay, so let's see at what the SQL queries we write into a SQL Server Management Studio, and behind the scene it will interact with the SQL Server. So whatever the results we are received against our SQL queries, we can see inside Management Studio. So let's open the SQL Server Management Studio and connect the SQL Server first. Okay, so let's connect with SQL Server. So this is the name of the SQL Server, SQL Express, inside whatever the machine name is. So let's connect first. So inside database, we can see there are no database available here. So let's create database first. So click on new query and let's create database by query, like create database mydb. For example, my database name is mydb. Okay, so just click on database and refresh this. You can see my database mydb database created. So after that, we will create two different tables like employee master and department master. See, in employee masters, various columns are available like employee ID, department ID. You know, department ID is a foreign key which is reference to a department ID of the department master table. And another columns in employee masters like employee name, city, gender, etc. So our goal is to display the employee related details with department like this. We are displaying the employee related details with department name. As of now, you can see employee masters only contains the detail of department ID, but we want the department name with this table. So in this case, we will use join, which are inner join, outer join. In outer join, there are left join, right join, cross joins, etc. So today, in our case, we will discuss about the inner join. So let's create the tables first. We have created database, and after creating database, we have to write a query for creating tables, like create table. First table's names would be employee master. So we will create tables and all records as per this screenshot, like employee masters. Let's create the table, create table employee master, and we will also give the field name like employee ID, integer, department ID, integer, employee name, and varchar. You can set the capacity to 20. Employee name and then city, last gender. So this is the sentence by which we can create a table into a SQL server. Let's select this line and press this execute. So it looks like commands completed successfully. So go to table. Yeah, here another things you have to observe, like whenever we are trying to execute any query. So we have to make sure we have selected that database in which we want the operation. So as of now, it's executed in master. Let's get rid the tables from this database and try to rerun by selecting appropriate database. Select entire line and click on execute. Now we can see inside a table, an employee master table is created. Similar way, let's create another tables, which is a department master. Here there are two columns: department ID integer, department name, and where. So select this entire line and click on execute. So you can see another table, department master, would be created inside this database. See, we have created two tables. Now let's insert few records inside those tables. Like in employee masters, let's insert few of the records. Insert to employee master values. This would be a query format to insert into a table. Like our first column is, you can see the reference from here, employee ID, that would be a integer. Department ID, I think before employee master we should enter records into a department master. So let's insert values in department master first. So these are the values we will enter, like 1 with IT department, 2 maintenance department, 3 accounting department. So 1 with IT department. Select entire row and execute. See, one row is success, and you can see the values or records inside department master by writing this query. Select star from department master. See, the row is inserted into department master. Similar way, we have to insert another rows. 2, 3 maintenance department, accounting department. 2, 3 department. Another is accounting departments. It's a maintenance department. Okay, so first query is executed. So let's select last 2 and click on execute. After that, executing this query, you can see 3 departments records are populated inside department master table. Let's insert records into a employee master. Values, cost values, we have to, with respect to this sequence, we have to give the values: employee ID, department ID, employee name. For example, we'll give the name of the employee, John, New York, male. Gender, we have male. Similar way, let's city name would be London, female. First one is a 3-2 Mars. Like employee ID is 3 and its department ID is 2. Like he is a maintenance department. He's working with maintenance department. So here 2. The name of the employee is Mars and the city name is Milwaukee. Give the another name of genders like male. Let's select those 3 rows and click on execute. Now you can see what are the values are there inside this table. You can see those records are populated into employee master as well. So you can see now employee master also contains appropriate records. So now what's our goal? Our goal is to display employee ID, employee name and department name into a single result, like inner join and outer join. In outer join, like left join, right join. Let's see an example of inner join first. Let us select from employee. Master E. Inner join department master B. On which field we have to make the join, like E dot department ID is equal to D dot department ID. So let's select this row and select execute. So now you can see we can receive all the columns of employee master as well as all the columns of department master. There are 2 columns of employee masters and another columns is of department master. So let's do like that, like E dot employee master ID ID. Another thing E dot employee name D dot department name. That result is expected. So I think we received the result as expected. So this is the inner joins. Let's also discuss about another joins like left join, right join. Okay, so like see, instead of inner, if I write left join, let's see the results. I think it does not appear any change over here. Instead of left join, let's change it to right join. You can see all the departments are displayed over here. Doesn't matter if any relevant record is matching into employee master or not. So here we have mentioned the join. So the left table is the employee master and the right table is the department master. So if there is a right join, it will consider all the records of this right table. So here you can see count departments is also appears here. Doesn't matter it match with any employee master's department ID or not. But if we write left join, then all the records of the left table, that is the employee masters, it will appear over here. Doesn't matter any department is matched over there. If any department name is not matching, then it will appear on null. Let's see an example. Let me insert other employees whose department does not match with any other, like I'm giving department ID 88. I'm giving another employees Maverick who is living into of Paris, for example. I executed it and now you can see into employee master. Yeah, there is a Maverick. Now you will check this left join, so you will get more clarity. Like you can see, all the records of the employee masters is appear over here. Department master, then it will appear as a null. All the records of the leftmost tables will be appear here. But if we write a right join, then all the records of the department masters will be appear. You can see all the records are appears over here. So we have to remember, when there is a right join, then all the records of the rightmost table, which is department master, so all the records of the department masters will be appears over here. And if there is a left join, for an example, there is a left join, then all the records of the leftmost table, and that is the employee masters, appears over here. Doesn't matter any department ID is matching over here or not. So these are the basic things of the joins. So we have also created tables, populates values inside those tables. Now let's see how to make a stored procedure. Let's see what is stored procedure. See, actually saved SQL query, it is a saved SQL query for reuse. So if we have saved query or stored procedures, then we have to just call it for execution. You can also pass parameter to a stored procedure, so it can act based on a parameter's value that is passed. So this is a basic syntax, like how we can create a stored procedure. Create procedure, and we have to give the name of our stored procedure, with which name we want to save our stored procedure. And if parameters is needed there, then we can also define those parameters over here. And as whatever the query we want to save as a stored procedure, we have to write it over here. After go and execute it, the stored procedure will be saved. Let's see this example into a SQL Server Management Studio. By clicking new query, we have to always make sure we are doing changes in which database. So today, let's create a stored procedure. Create procedure my stored procedure. Let's give my stored procedure, and for an example, I want to retry this result. No left, I want to retry inner join. This is my saved query. I have to enter over here. Create procedure. This is my stored procedure name. As this is my query. Right, go. After selecting this one, click on execute. So we can see our stored procedure is created. So we can see stored procedure inside a programmability. Inside stored procedure, you can see one of the stored procedure is created over here. If you want to modify it, then click on that. Click on modify. See, alter procedure. This is the name of our stored procedure. If you want to execute our stored procedure, then just simply write exec and the name of our stored procedure. Let's do that. Exec, name of our stored procedure is my stored procedure. Select this line and click on execute. You can see, if you want to pass few parameters, like I want to execute this stored procedure with some parameters. For an example, I want a result based on some filter, then we can modify our stored procedure. Pass the parameters like that. MID integer. Where let's write it in the proper format. Where employee ID is equal to employee. This is the alter procedure. So once selecting entire things, click on execute, our procedures would be changed, procedures would be modified. So after executing these procedures, we have to also mention parameter @ employee ID is equal to, for example, we are passing 2. Select entire things and just execute. See, only that records will be 3. Only that records will be appear. If we give any unknown employee ID, then it will not return any value. So we also see how to call store procedure with parameters. So guys, you can like or subscribe this channel for more development related videos. Thanks for watching this video.